Howdy! Today's video will focus on factoring quadratics. Ermagerd, get ready. Alright, so the main factoring concept. The main way I factor is a method called x factoring. When given an equation, f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c, which is the standard form of an equation, so standard form of an equation, standard form, there we go. Form of an equation. So first step we do, just put an x on the paper. On the very top of the x goes a b, so whatever b is, put it there. Bottom is a times c, so a will go here and c will go there, whatever a times c is. On the left and right, we're going to have something divided by a and then something divided by a. Those somethings will be the factors. So the somethings will be the factors of a times c that add to b. Now once you find these factors here, then we'll put that into our factored form of an equation. So our factored form of an equation will be a x plus blank x plus blank. Now what goes into those blanks? Believe it or not, these factors go into the blanks. So that's how we solve factor our quadratic equations. So the best way to show you all this is to just do a few examples. So let's get into it. So example 1, we have f of x equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. So remember that we're going to have f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So a equals 1, b equals 2, and c equals negative 3. So let's put a x on our screen. B goes on top, so it's 2, and then c is negative 3, a is 1, so 1 times negative 3 is just negative 3. And then our factors are divided by 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a chart to help us decide what factors multiply to negative 3 and add to 2. So let's factor out our negative 3. So negative 3 is factors to negative 1 times 3, or positive 1 times negative 3. Now let's decide which one of these two factors multiplies the negative 3, which they both do, but add to positive 2. So that would be negative 1 and positive 3, because positive 3 minus 1 is positive 2. So now our 1 will go into our first slot, and our 3 will go into our second slot. So our updated x factor would be negative 1 here and a 3 there. So let's go ahead and write the final form of a factored quadratic equation here. So a, and then x plus blank, x plus blank. What we're going to do, we're just going to put these guys into our blanks. So then our final answer, and then 1 goes there. Our final answer will be 1 times x plus the negative 1 is just minus 1, and x plus 3. That is the factored form of x squared plus 2x minus 3. Second equation, we have 2x squared minus 3x minus 9. So a equals 2, b equals negative 3, and c equals negative 9. Let's do our x factor. B is negative 3, and c is negative 9 times 2 is negative 18. Okay, so our factors of negative 18 are, don't forget that our factors are divided by 2. So our factors would be, let's say, 2 and negative 9, negative 2 and 9. Now do those when added together equal negative 3? No. So let's try 6 and negative 3 and negative 6 and 3. Do those when added together equal negative 3? 6 minus 3 is positive 3. No. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. Okay, so we found our factors. Negative 6 and 3. Alright, so we're going to place negative 6 here and 3 there. So we're going to have negative 6 divided by 2 and 3 divided by 2. So let's go ahead and create our final form of a factored quadratic equation, which is going to be a x plus blank x plus blank. A is going to be 2, so we're going to have 2 times x plus negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3, so it's going to be x minus 3. And we're going to have x plus 3 over 2. Alright, so now, if you notice here we have a 3 divided by 2. We have a fraction, but we don't like fractions. If you also notice, we have a 2 here. So we can go ahead to get rid of this fraction, multiply, or distribute our 2 into that part of the equation. So we will officially have x minus 3 times 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 over 2 is just 3. So x minus 3 times 2x plus 3 is our solution. Next, we have f of x equals 6x squared plus 9x minus 6. So a will be 6, b will be 9, and c will equal negative 6. So let's do our x method. B is 9, so 9 goes on top, and a times c is negative 36. And let's go ahead, and our factors will be divided by 6. So let's do a table. What are the factors of negative 36? Obviously negative 6 and positive 6, as well as 3 and 12. Let's do 3 and positive 12. Negative 3 and positive 12, and 3 and negative 12. Multiplied to negative 36. So which one of these add to 9? It would be this here. 12 minus 3 is 9. So we're going to put a 3 here and a 12 there. So we're going to have a negative 3 and a 12. Now our final form of a factored quadratic equation is a x plus blank x plus blank. A is 6, so we're going to have 6 x minus 3 over 6, and then x 12 divided by 6 is 2, so plus 2. Let's go ahead and distribute our 6 into our first spot so we can get rid of that fraction. So we're going to have 6x minus 3 times x plus 2 as our final solution. I believe this is our last example. This one's kind of tricky. Where is b? Well, I'll tell you. This would just be x squared plus 0b minus 144. So then a will be 1, b will be 0, and c will equal negative 144. Let's do our x method. A is on top. B is on top, so b is 0. C times a, so negative 144 times 1 is just negative 144. Now what are the factors of 144? Well, negative 144. That would be positive 12 and negative 12. To be, just to give us the exact answer already, because 12 minus 12 is 0. So we already found what's going on. So we're going to have 12 here and a negative 12 here. A is 1, so 12 divided by 1 and negative 12 divided by 1. So then our final solution, we're going to have a x plus blank x plus blank. A is 1, so we're going to have 1, and then x plus 12, and then x minus 12. Alright, so hopefully this wasn't too confusing. I will help clarify in class. Please take your notes because those are worth 8 points extra credit. And that's all, folks. I'll see y'all in class.